So now what I'd like to do is give a demonstration of how we can import SQL query results into a workbook and have a definition set up so that all we do is hit a refresh button and we always get live SQL results in our workbook that we want to build up. So I'm going to start here just by creating a new workbook that I'm going to use. And now I'm also going to build just a very basic query to start with. And I'll just use my demo Northwind database here. So I just want to do something very basic just to demonstrate the concept here. So I'm just going to pull in my categories table, just pull in two columns here, and I'll just save this, and I'll just give this test imports query name. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this query on down now. So now what I want to do is I want to bring up the imports designer. So the imports designer is there to map a particular query output to the workbook that we've got. And the way that we do that is we can start by dragging and dropping a query onto the canvas. Now this canvas looks very much like our query builder canvas, but it's designed for imports. So the items on the toolbox and the things that we can do are slightly different, but it's quite a similar design experience. So the first thing I want to do is I want to choose the query that I just authored, and it's my test import query. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to associate that with a fixed table of data in my Excel spreadsheet. So the easiest way for me to do that is just hit this button here that says Create Excel Table. I'll just take the option of putting it in a new worksheet. So what's happened now is a new named ranged table, or a named ranged table, has been created in Excel, and this is now associated with this particular query here. And this imports is going to, when we close this imports down, this is going to be saved as part of our current workbook. So every time I hit this run button here, this query result is being refreshed. And the way that I can sort of show that happening is I can go in here and I can delete some of those rows from there. And then as I go back to my import designer, as I run my imports again, I can see that I get my table refreshed. So as I close this down, my imports definition is now going to be saved as part of this workbook. And typically the way that you're going to run this is that you're just going to light up this particular spreadsheet in the morning, and then you'll just hit this refresh button, and this will refresh your query results into your workbook, and so that you can keep going on with that. So this will be saved as soon as I save this workbook, and you'll just be able to refresh that whenever you like. So in the next video I'll show you how to associate some parameters with this, but that's the basics of getting started with live query imports.